Really quickly, I'm doing an MLB The Show 21 giveaway, so make sure you guys go to my Twitter at Big Ends Gaming. Yo, what's up, guys? It's Nick from Big Ends Gaming, and welcome back to another MLB The Show 21 Diamond Dynasty videos. Today, it's not actually going to be Diamond Dynasty, it's going to be gameplay related because I'm going to be going over my tips to master pinpoint pitching. So before I go over my tips, I just want to say a few things. Number one, I think I'm relatively good at pinpoint pitching. I for sure have not mastered it yet, but I'm pretty good at it. So basically what I did was the past week, like the last week before the game came out, I went into the beta and I went into custom practice, and I probably practiced it for at least an hour every single day. And the reason why I did that is because I just had free time. I had nothing to do. So might as well just train in advance. So that's what I did. So I've been ready for today. But yeah, I'm just going to be breaking down what happened and sort of how I figured out how to effectively use pinpoint pitching. And the other thing is, if you are a new player and this is your first year ever playing MLB The Show, I highly recommend starting on meter or pure analog first. And then once you sort of get the gist of just the gameplay in general for the first couple of weeks, then switch over to pinpoint. Because you want to get a sense of the gameplay before you get to the most advanced systems, if you get what I'm saying. But if you want to use pinpoint, here we go. So I'm going to go into custom practice, and I'm just going to go with the Yankees. So you are going to want to use custom practice a lot, and I'm just going to say this right now. Do not give up so easily, because this is going to take time. Like I said, I spent at least an hour a day for a week, and I'm still not perfect, so it takes time. So yeah, I'm going to put him against Yoshi Tsutsugo. So there's a few things we need to know. And basically, how it works is it'll give you an interface, and you trace it at the speed it tells you, and then you flick it down to the spot you have as he's throwing the ball. And the route changes based on every pitch. So I'm going to do a fastball. See how I copied what it did, and then I waited for him to throw, and there we go. So there's three things it's going to give you. It's going to give you a bunch of feedback, and use that feedback to your advantage. It's going to give you the speed. It's going to give you the speed for the release. So it's going to give you how accurate you were with the trace. It's going to give you how accurate you were with the release, and it's going to give how accurate you were with the angle. So when you push the stick down, how close you were to the spot. So use those stats to your advantage. So yeah, there was 100%, and the angle messed me up there. Yeah. So I'm going to go through each of these three categories and describe how I improved. So basically, what you're going to want to start by doing is just doing a ton of fastballs. Just start by doing fastballs and just do fastballs only, because that is the most simple way. That is the most simple one. It's just up and down, and then you go back down. Get the hang of the fastball, and then once you've done that, move on to some other pitches like the slider, the curveball, changeup, any other pitch really, except for the splitter. The splitter is by far the hardest one to master. But yeah, so first thing you want to do is you want to conquer the fastball, because that's the easiest one, and then you want to move on to the harder pitches. So yeah, make sure you guys use your feedback, because see, I was early and I missed the angle. So now I'm gonna look at my pitcher and make sure I'm later. See, and I got it perfect. Also, one tip here, I'm gonna start with the tracing tips. So number one, this is gonna sound pretty cliche, but make sure you guys wash your hands before you play, because when your hands are greasy, it makes it a lot harder to control the joysticks, and as a result, it's actually gonna make your pitching worse. So make sure you guys have clean hands, and make sure you guys dry them off too, because that's just going to do nothing if they're still wet. You just want really dry, damp hands, which is, like I said, kind of cliche, but it is true. Yeah, that's number one. That's going to help you with the tracing. So with the tracing, I would prefer you guys to have, I would rather have the issue of going too slow than going too fast. when I started practicing this, right out of the gate, I would always go too fast. What I would do is, if you're going too fast, practice going too slow. So like intentionally go too slow if you're going too fast for like 3 or 4 pitches, and then try to do the normal timing, just so you aren't consistently going fast, because that's what happened to me, and I'm assuming that's going to happen to most people, is they're just going too fast. So if you're going too fast, start intentionally going too slow for a couple pitches, and then try again and see what happens. See, that was a perfect pitch, but he's going to beat it out because it's against the shift, but who cares about the hit? So yeah, those are my tips for the tracing, and just go slow and adjust as you need. Now we're here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stay in the windup. So let me just stay in the windup for now. I'm going to go to the stretch soon though. Now for the release, my tip is literally, and keep in mind, this is only for when you're in the windup, because it's a little weird for when you're in the stretch. But when you're in the windup and you're about to release, literally look at your pitcher. Like, I'm literally going to be looking at Garrett Cole after I finish my rotation. So there, I got 98. My eyes are on Garrett Cole, and see, I was a little early. But you literally want to be watching your pitcher and just timing that release as they do it. So let me do this again. I'm looking at the bar. Okay, that was horrible, but the timing was perfect. See, I'm literally staring at Garrett Cole. Don't stare at Garrett Cole while you're doing the trace, obviously. So do the trace, and I'm staring at him, and I timed it perfectly, and I got a perfect pitch. So that's what I highly recommend you do for the release. And then for the angle, it's sort of similar to what I said about the dry hands. It's just don't have greasy hands, and just flick. Try not to flick too fast and too hard, because that's not going to be good for you. Just do nice and easy, relatively fast speed. Should be fine. So now I'm going to show you guys what happens when there's somebody on base, because that changes pinpoint pitching. Now the motion's faster, and I'm just going to say this right now. I'm not good when there's a runner on base with pinpoint, because everything moves so much faster. So yeah, I'm just going to show you guys right now. So here's the pitch. See, that one I got perfect because it's Garrett Cole. Let me try showing you guys Aroldis Chapman, for example. Let me go to Aroldis Chapman, because I know he has a fast motion. See? Alright. Aroldis Chapman is a little different, because he's different because he has a weird wind, or he doesn't have a weird windup. I'm trying to think of someone here. Let me go to Darren O'Day. Yeah, Darren O'Day. Where's O'Day? There we go. He has a really quick windup. See how fast that was? And see, I knew it was fast, and I knew it was going to be really fast within the with the runner on base, so I rushed it. And in my opinion, when you have a runner on base, I'd rather be late than early, because if you're early, it's going to hang, and if you're late, it's going to go in the dirt. So if it goes in the dirt, yeah, he might steal the base, but if it hangs, your opponent could hit an absolute bomb. So remember, try to stay late. Obviously, you want to get it perfectly timed, but it's better to be late than to be early, because like I said, it'll be like in the dirt instead of a meatball. So yeah. You just want to relatively just keep practicing and get the hang of it. Also, one thing I highly recommend is when you get new pitchers, before you play with them online, just go into a play versus CPU game and get one inning in, and just start practicing their motion before you get into a game, just so you're not like completely unaware of what you're getting yourself into, and you're just like, and you're ready, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm just going to keep doing a couple pitches. See, the stretch is really hard. See, because I was too slow there. All right, I want to show you one thing, though. One more thing, or two more things, actually. I'm going to show you guys when you quick pitch. It's even fast. It's so hard. Watch this. See? And I completely missed. I wouldn't quick pitch. I'm going to be completely honest. Sacrifice the stolen base. It's whatever. Quick pitching is really hard to get down. I got it perfect there, but it was still out of the zone. But quick pitching is really hard. See, that wasn't really a good pitch, but yeah, you get the gist. But one thing I want to show you guys to be careful about is the splitter. The splitter is by far the hardest trace to get down. See, I completely messed that up. So basically, you go up, or no, you go left and you go all the way, and then you go back to the middle. It's really hard. See, and then I went too early. All right, I'm just gonna throw a slider because if you spam the same pitch that isn't your secondary, it loses control, and I just want to have full control. So here we go. All right. As you can see, I got 28% accuracy there. It's really hard. So be careful with splitters. You really need to practice that if you have a pitcher that uses a splitter, because you are going to be super wild with him right out of the gate. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope these tips helped you, because this was sort of what I found to help me when I was training for the last week of MLB 20. I was just training in the beta just so I could have it down for MLB 21. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been your host, Nick from Begins Gaming. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.